That stock in memory. Please don't pop my tire.
I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Today's matchup features a very good rushing offense. The Vikings lead the league in rushing TDs, and they'll go up against the Falcons, who will need to be stout up front.
EA Sports coverage takes us to one of the newest jewels on the NFL landscape, US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Atlanta Falcons and the Minnesota Vikings. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And I think he was able to get back on it. He was. So they will get the ball after all, but that could have been a disaster.
I didn't do this in college, but I did it in high school. When you return kicks and you lose it yourself, the panic that goes through you and the determination to get the ball back, I don't even know how to describe it. And I think we just saw an example there.
Yeah, and the relief when you get it back like he did.
Yeah, you go to the sidelines, you know you're going to get yelled at, but you can handle it because you got the ball back.
First down. And his first pass is incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he cuts it right into space. And fighting down inside the 25. Touchdown, Falcons. Devontae Freeman, 77 yards. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. And personally, what a start for him to get in the end zone from that distance here on the first drive.
And it has the defense tearing up their defensive goals for the game, doesn't it? Because nowadays, when we talk to all the coaches, they don't talk about limiting yards per carry and those things. They just talk about limiting explosive plays, whether it's through the air or on the ground. And anything an explosive play on the ground, usually, 10, 12-yard runs? This one was way more than that. They've got to go back to the drawing board and try and shut it down.
Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
Over the middle here to Rudolph. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Kyle Rudolph, the tight end, in motion. On first down, Murray. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
And he motions the wide receiver. Cousins now on second down. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 15 yards through the air and a first down. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll make this a second down. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
Back to the ground game. Here's Murray. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third. I'm no offensive mastermind, but of all the guys on the field to block, you might want to stop him.
Look, I've got a very simple rule. An unblocked defender is usually your best defender, and he ended up making the play there.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down. The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on fourth down here. From the gun, here's Cousins. He finds Coleman. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. 7 yards on the play. And on fourth down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate. From the red zone now, Cousins. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. That was second down run for Murray. And he showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. 8 yards on the ground there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 2. Cousins on 3rd and 2. In a double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Robert Alford. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And space opens a bit as he gets it across the 15 to the 17-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, Ryan. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. Ryan now to throw on 3rd down. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down. So possession 1 ended in 6. Possession 2 likely going to end in a punt.
Yeah, that's okay. They just got to get back to what they worked on in the opening drive and continue to make a few adjustments along the way. It won't be exact because the defense will make a few adjustments themselves. Just get back to your game plan.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Here we go on 4th down with Ryan. And it is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. And a great spot to start this drive from here. They'll run the counter with Murray. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy.
Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Carl Davis coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. On 3rd down, Murray. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
I have to admit to a little surprise here. A net down in distance? I would have thought they were going to throw the football. Instead, they decided to run it. But give credit to the defense. They weren't fooled at all and held them to no gain.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. The offense got the ball in a good spot, but they went nowhere. They settled for 3.
Brandon, I think it's safe to say that was a major disappointment. Had a great opportunity, excellent field position, and did not be able to move the ball at all. Big-time letdown.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. To throw is Ryan. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to be stopped dead in his tracks. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Hey, let's go. Hey, 25. On.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. He's going to wind up and air it out. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2. They've got it 3rd and 10 here to start things out. From the shotgun, Ryan. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one goes for 24 yards. On first down, Ryan. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Well, the timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
They begin the drive with a run by Murray. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And if you're the defense and those D tackles, you like that they're trying to run the football here against your 4-3, don't you?
Yeah, because they tend to eat things up because they are so strong and physical, and especially when they play with leverage where they get lower than the offensive lineman and control them. And what I love about the good defensive tackles, they can play over the guards, they can slide and play over the center. Nobody in the offense likes that day when they have to deal with those guys.
It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
A toss to Murray. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Now a second down throw for Cousins. Flushed out right. And some room to roam now. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Let's go! Brand 38! Brand 38!
Left side, Cook. And a big collision there as he winds up flat on his back at the 49. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Play will go nowhere, losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It's a loss of 2, now third down. He came out ready to play. That's 3 tackles for a loss, Charles. We're only in the second quarter.
And that's problematic for the guys trying to run offense because that means he's got a pretty good idea of what they're doing. and is actually beating them to the point of attack and making those plays, you might have to think about some misdirection or something to try and get him away from the ball.
Couple of plays sent him the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. Cousins to throw it this time. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. 19 yards that time for number 19. Tenth carry of the game now. Murray. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going.
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Tech McKinley coming hard that time. He's able to run him down for a loss of 12. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. More from Minneapolis after this. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. And the slot man goes in motion left. Third and long for Cousins. The throw to the left side, caught by Coleman. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Now a give. This is Murray. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. 2nd down, Cousins. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. On 3rd down, it's Murray. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 4th down.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on 1st and 2nd down, needing long yardage to try and pick up a first down, and they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on 4th down, but guess what? It all started with what happened on 1st and 2nd down. Really put them behind the 8 ball.
And no field goal try here from the red zone offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And he pulled it. Oh, my goodness. It's no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On second down, here's Ryan. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Throwing now, Ryan on first down. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Anderson-Dejo. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or 2 and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Let's go! Ryan 38!
And some room to maneuver. Murray with a nice move. Touchdown, Vikings! Latavius Murray as the first half is winding down. And the Vikings are able to strike for 6. So they're able to capture the lead here just before halftime.
And not only that, they get the ball to start the second half.
That's right.
This is almost like basketball down the stretch, right, where you get the 2-for-1 situation where you try and get 2 shots to your opponent's 1. In this situation, they got the touchdown. They'll get another shot at to start the second half.
Could be a big turnaround. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a big hit there as he runs into a brick wall. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And they're going to go soft on the corners. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. He finds an opening past the 40. He's at the 40. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Kyle Rudolph, the tight end, in motion. They go with Murray again. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run it until they absolutely stop you. And others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Tack McKinley able to get him down for a loss of 11 on the play. And it'll be fourth down. Quigley now on to punt as he sends this one away. That's pulled in at the 32. Freeman with a fast feet. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because that's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
Second down, Freeman. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Over the middle, it's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Now it's Ryan. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, he's got some breathing room. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Red zone opportunity. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
For so many years, I was convinced it was a myth, you know, because you always hear about the smaller running back. Oh, he gets lost, you can't find him, and sometimes that's part of his genius. But it's true. You get behind big offensive linemen, the defensive line guys trying to find him, trying to peek around people to see him, and he gets lost. But this guy gets lost in a good way for his offense, picking up big yardage.
Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. On 3rd and goal, Ryan. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. It's the fullback, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Falcons are in for 6. And he wasn't blocking or running it there. They tossed it to him.
And you remember the good old days when the 49ers were riding roughshod in the league? They used their fullback in pass plays all the time. Roger Craig, Tom Rathman, those guys were terrific at running these types of plays.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. And now out comes Minnesota. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it.
Cut in left. Cut in left. Four down. Hey, 382, left 50. Where's the hot?
Carries piling up. It's Murray again. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 12 yards there as they move the chains. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That goes for a gain of 31. A 1st down throw for Cousins. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Carl Lawson in there to bury him for a loss of 11. They'll run it now out of the gun. Gets around him. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole. 3rd and long.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Yellow.
Diggs going in motion right. They'll need to get the play off quickly. On 3rd down, it's Murray. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
And this one is right down Broadway. Meanwhile, down in Chicago. And you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Cam Newton with 1 touchdown pass thus far. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. And here now come the Falcons. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll eat some clock with Freeman. And he is hit pretty hard from the side as he's knocked down. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Brandon, it's all about pace and tempo now for them. They've got the advantage, so I'm going to put musical terms for you. You don't want to go prestissimo. That's too quick, too lively, right? But you also don't want to slow it down too much. You don't want to go lento. What you really want to be is moderato. Nice and even, nice and steady, get those gains, and close out the game.
I think that chicken parm from last night's gone to your head. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. So they pick up the 1st down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. Now a handoff here to his running back. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. A gain of 3, second down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
And some space here. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 17 yards on the pickup there, and also a first down. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this 4th quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Tuesday. Let's go. 12.
Now Ryan on 2nd down. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones is intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the 2nd down incompletion. On 3rd down, Ryan steps away to his left. And he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line. Daniil Hunter able to get outside the numbers and drop him for a loss of a yard. Looks like Ryan's going to stay out there. Indeed, they're going to try for this on 4th down. Defense showing blitz. Fourth down. Here's Ryan. Past the 20. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. And now a first down following that long gain. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got this one down to the 10. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. And the offense readies for play number 10 of this series. Looking to throw on second down. Ryan, he's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. And the seemingly endless drive continues. They'll look to run with Freeman. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. That gets them 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
They come up in an offset eye. Again, it'll be Freeman. They're held again, and do we have a goal line stand brewing? It's 3rd and goal.
Oh, Brandon, I'm going to tell you, this is football time to me. They're inside the 10-yard line. That's like drawing the line in the sand. Who's going to make the stand here? Defensive guys, they know if he gets in the end zone, this ball game is over. And the guys with the football right now, they're thinking, let's just pound it in there.
Got to hold him to 3 to keep this a 1-score game. Flush to his right. That's caught at the 2. And he's going to be shoved down pretty hard at the 2-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. On the NFL scoreboard, 4th quarter now at Soldier Field. Now you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Cam Newton, a couple of touchdown passes thus far. And Bryant's kick is good. And that'll move their lead up to 4 now. So they get the 3 here, but you wonder whether that's going to be enough.
Yeah, I mean, you've now made it so they need a touchdown rather than a field goal to catch them. But you're right. If they'd gotten 6 out of that drive, this would be a much different game.
And now out comes Minnesota. They're down here in a 1-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Back to the ground, this time Cook. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. A gain of a yard gets them back where they started. Now it's 3rd and 10. Cousins trying to get his guys up to the line of scrimmage quickly. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he is level. Knocked down hard, right around the 31. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.